The No Fate channel, checking in. On this episode of Daddy's Daycare, I am reviewing a fashion music guitar and an electronic keyboard. If this is your first time to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. This series and this channel, quite frankly, is dedicated to helping you dads and moms be great parents to your kids and still accomplish your own personal goals. As we know now, it is harder than ever with the Rona, with so much stuff that is up in the air. For many of us parents, we are homeschooling our children. And if we're not homeschooling our children officially, we're still homeschooling our children, because trying to get children to learn through Zoom and online courses is darn near impossible. So as I'm shooting this video, it is nearly the summertime, making it even harder to keep kids entertained while still trying to educate them. And if you've done any sense of research whatsoever, you know that children that pick up musical instruments tend to be smarter. I don't know why. I haven't done too much depth into it, but typically, overall, all things being equal, if kids tend to try to gravitate towards musical instruments, they tend to get good grades in school. So I thought this would be a great time to review some of these little toy instruments to see if they are going to be worth your hard-earned money and if they're going to entertain your kids long enough. Now, full disclosure, the company did send both of these to me for me to review. I'm going to hold up the boxes here so you can see. And I got two of them. And here's the guitar. Here's the fashion music guitar with infrared sensing, 8 kinds of musical instruments, and 8 types of different music. And then we have the electronic keyboard, which from Big Fun. Now I'll put the Amazon affiliate links in the description below, and I'll put the photos of these things up here. So if you are interested in them at the end of this video, you can go ahead and actually pick them up if you are interested. Now let's just quickly go over the one that I did not like. Full disclosure, my children loved both of these. They still play with these things, and we're going to be using them for a long, long time. They found these to be super, super fun, but from an educational standpoint and from the standpoint of actually giving them some type of use other than just having like a fake guitar in your hand or a faux electronic keyboard, I thought the guitar was the least of my favorite. A couple of reasons. Number one, it comes in at approximately $35 on Amazon, which is probably more than I'd like to pay for a plastic guitar. It doesn't have many settings. Let's just show you how it is. So once it's on, it's supposed to be like infrared, where you're supposed to be able to actually make music by touching it, but it's really not that good. I'll be frank with you. It's really just smash the buttons and hear it play a tune, and then they have
drum, flute, guitar, harmonica.
Okay, you can see why kids would absolutely love this. They put this around their neck, they jam it out, they think they're doing a great job. But from my perspective, you can't change the volume on this whatsoever. So it's as soon as it's on, it's at max volume. Also, there's really no like learning or technique. It's just hitting these buttons and letting the thing play, which for the kids is fun, but for the parents is quite annoying. And I don't see necessarily an educational aspect of it. And again, at that $35 price tag, I personally think it is overpriced. Now, in terms of charging this thing, in terms of using it, it takes AA batteries in the back right here. And I will say I put in my rechargeable batteries. If you haven't seen my video on rechargeable batteries, I'll try to link that in the description. But rechargeable batteries are a great way to go for kids' toys, because kids tend to leave these things on and forget about them for days on end. So anyway, so the rechargeable batteries worked great, but overall $35 seemed like an expensive price tag just for a little bit of a joke, fake guitar. Let's get into the one that I actually really, really enjoyed. So this electronic keyboard, at first glance, you think it's probably too good to be true because it's only $25. And it even came with a microphone. Boom, with this microphone that you can plug in. Similar to the guitar, it does take AAA batteries. I think it takes 3 AAA batteries, which again, I used my rechargeable ones, and they worked great. The kids have probably already gotten like 12 or 15 hours out of these things. With regards to use and with regards to standby time, no issues there with regards to battery life. How does it work? Put the power on, and you can use it as a keyboard like so. You can actually change change the type of keyboard that it is. What's also nice is you can actually, they have like a whole bunch of different varieties. So this is what I really liked about this keyboard. So my little one, who's almost 2 years old, she'll just come up to it and smash the buttons, right? So she gets a little bit of kick out of smashing the buttons, and every so often she'll hit one of the like little tune buttons that they have here, and she just starts kind of jamming out, which is awesome. It's cute, it's great, and it's a good way for her to kind of get into the keyboard and get into just learning the different musics and stuff. But my near 6-year-old is able to actually do a lot more playing on here and working around with these tunes, along with some of the other features that they have on here. Also, it says a volume button, so you can actually raise and lower the volume, which is a parent who doesn't want to get annoyed very often. It's good to keep that volume at a minimum. And also, again, it's good to have that power on, power off button right where you can see it. Now, you can charge this and use this using a little, like, you know, USB micro C connector, but the reality is you're never going to do that because you're never going to be close enough to a plug. The batteries have lasted so long, especially these rechargeable ones. I would say don't even bother with that. As far as the microphone goes, it works like a microphone. You put it in and you can actually hear yourself over the speaker. As a parent, it's kind of annoying, but I could see how the kids could like it if they were doing some type of karaoke or trying to make a little bit of a tune and sing to it. The only thing I would say is you do get reverb if you actually put it like within, like, you know, almost touching your mouth, like any microphone. If it's almost touching your mouth, you're going to get reverb, and you're going to get like background noise in here. It's going to be very annoying very quickly. But if the kids hold it like 4 inches away from their mouth like they should, you get a pretty decent microphone, again, for that $25 price tag. What's also nice about this is that it is light. I love the fact that it's light. Why? So that the little kids can pick it up and move with it, and you don't have, you know, it's not going to hurt anybody. It's not going to crush anybody. They've actually dropped this a few times, as kids will do. It's still kind of doing really well. Even though they've dropped it a number of times, it's still doing well. You can take this in the car, and again, it's a nice thing that kids can play with, they can learn with. There's a couple demos on here that are fun to play. Also, there's a record feature which my son likes to do, just playing around, hit the record button, make some tunes, stop it, play it back, and listen to his tunes. And again, the instructions are a little lack with regards to how to use this, but a lot of it is self-explanatory, and I think it's fun to see the kids kind of figure it out on their own as well. Overall, I think it's actually a really good toy, a really good value, and a really good way to get your kids into musical instruments. Now, I have a full-fledged keyboard that the kids will play with, but it is an expensive keyboard, and it is set up so the kids have to like be on the seat, they've got to turn it on, and of course we've got to tell them not to just smash the keys because it's not good for the keyboard. Whereas when you give the kids something like this, you don't really care if they smash the keys because it's a $25 toy that's made for kids to smash the keys. Overall, I think this is the way to go if you are looking to entertain your children, looking to get some type of diversion for any length of time, and looking to try to kind of sneak some education in on them as well. Hey, I'm a huge fan of this big, fun electronic keyboard. Again, I'm going to put all the links to this one if you're interested in the description below. I'll put the links to the electric guitar as well, but again, at $35, it just didn't seem valuable enough to me, especially compared to this awesome electronic keyboard. If you have any questions regarding the Fashion music guitar or this awesome electronic keyboard, drop it in the comments below. My near 5-year-old loves it, and I could definitely see children all the way up to almost 10 really getting some fun use out of this. And again, if your child is younger, like my near 2-year-old, they can actually use this too and just kind of smash the buttons and still have some fun learning how the musical tunes do work on this keyboard. If you came this far in the video, do me a favor, give this video a like, hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell. It does help the channel, and I do appreciate it. If you are a fan of shopping on Amazon like I am, I'm going to put Amazon affiliate links to these and anything else that you might want in the description of this video. Click on that link. It helps me out. It helps keep the lights on and pay for this electric bill as I get some of these lights up and running so that I can actually look well lit during this video. It doesn't cost you a thing, and it takes a little bit of money out of Amazon's pockets. They're not going to miss it. As usual, thanks for watching, and don't save anything for the trip back. I am dedicated to helping you be a great parent to your children and still accomplish your own personal goals. I provide ideas and insights to help you save time, money, and your sanity. 3 things that are in short supply for every parent out there.